You ever have that feeling where your life is just a constant back and forth between two places? Work and home? Well, it turns out there's a name for that crucial space we're all missing. And today, we're going to look at a new kind of social spot that's popping up to fill that exact gap.
Yeah, sociologists actually have a term for it, the third place. It's not the high pressure zone of work, and it's not the private bubble of your home. It's that community spot where you can just exist. Like the classic barbershop, a cozy local pub, or your favorite coffee shop. But let's be real, in our super digital world, where do you even find a place like that anymore?
Well, the answer might actually surprise you. A new contender for our third place is quietly spreading across the country, and the whole thing is built around a humble root from the South Pacific. So let's dive in and see what this is all about. Okay, so what's it really like to walk into one of these places? If you're picturing some kind of dusty, niche health food store, I need you to just wipe that image from your brain right now. Because the first thing you're going to notice is the wild variety. I mean, one place might feel like a dark, cozy tavern, really rustic and moody. But then you could walk into another one that's super bright, modern, and maybe even a little bit psychedelic. There is no one-size-fits-all look here. And that means the experiences are all over the map. You could find a totally whimsical Alice in Wonderland-themed bar out in Arizona, or a glowing, futuristic Neo-Tokyo lounge in Florida, or maybe a chill, bohemian spot in Tennessee that's just filled with plants. These places are designed to fit a specific mood, not some preconceived stereotype. But, if there's one thing that seems to tie them all together, it's comfort. So many of these bars are very intentionally designed to feel like you're just hanging out in a friend's living room. We're talking plush couches, board games ready to go on the table, and just a really welcoming vibe that makes you want to kick back and stay for a while. All right, let's get to the good stuff. The menu. What are people actually drinking in here? Because if you've only ever heard it called mud water, you are definitely in for a surprise. So first, let's just be clear on what kava actually is. It's a totally non-alcoholic drink, and it's made from the root of a plant that grows in the Pacific Islands. For centuries, it's been a huge part of ceremonies because of its relaxing, mood-lifting effects. It gives you this sense of calm sociability, a totally different kind of social buzz than you'd get from alcohol. And when you're there, you are absolutely going to hear this word, bula. It's the traditional Fijian cheer that everyone shouts out before they drink a serving or a shell of kava. It's a small thing, but that little ritual immediately makes you feel like you're part of a shared experience. And this is where the creativity really just explodes. We're not talking about one simple, earthy drink. The bartenders, or kava tenders as they're called, are mixing up these elaborate mocktails with amazing names like Phoenix Down and Queen of Hearts. I mean, they sound like they belong on the menu of a super high-end cocktail bar. And honestly, they're often made with just as much skill. But what if kava isn't really your thing? That's totally fine too. Most of these places have huge menus with all kinds of other options. We're talking artisanal botanical teas, kombucha on tap, all sorts of creative mocktails, and even really high-quality coffee. The whole point is to be an inclusive social space, not just a niche kava shop. And that really brings us to the heart of it all. The vibe is cool, yeah, the drinks are interesting, for sure. But what truly defines these places is the community they build. This is where they stop being just a bar and really become a third place. So what do people actually do here? Well, these aren't just quiet little cafes. They are active, buzzing community hubs. You'll find everything from live music and open mic nights to trivia, art markets, even poker tournaments. See, unlike a regular bar where the drinking is the main activity, here the focus is all about sharing an experience together. And a lot of these bars are set up for exactly that. It's really common to see a dedicated corner with a mic stand and a little sound system just waiting for the evening's entertainment. It completely transforms the space from just a bar into a real local venue. But it's not all about the nightlife. During the day, these same spots often turn into hubs for remote work. I mean, think about it. Good Wi-Fi, great non-alcoholic drinks, and a relaxed atmosphere. It's kind of the perfect alternative to a loud, crowded coffee shop or being stuck in your home office all day. So when you put all these pieces together, this is what you get, a really vibrant, bustling social scene that's full of energy, where the main event is actually connecting with other people. It's a genuine alternative to traditional nightlife. This quote from one of the sources it says it all, doesn't it? For so many regulars, these aren't just businesses they go to, they're actual communities they belong to.
a place where they can feel comfortable, welcomed, and totally at ease.
So the big question is this just some kind of niche trend, or are we actually looking at something bigger here, a real shift in how we think about socializing? We'll just take a look. While Florida is clearly a hotspot for this, it's really a national movement. We're seeing kava bars popping up everywhere from Arizona to North Carolina, from California to Colorado. And this is happening in huge cities and in small towns, which shows there's a real widespread desire for this kind of space. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. In an age where so many of us feel disconnected and are searching for a real sense of belonging, could the future of hanging out really be found in a humble root from halfway across the world? Honestly, it just might be.